the final episode of our Vision to Victory series. You made it. 7 episodes ago, if you were with me, you set a goal. You created a plan, you claimed your time, you built your foundation, you protected your focus, faced your fears, stayed steady, and you endured. And now you are here, and I'm excited. This is exciting. But let me ask you something important. What happens after you achieve this goal? Do you celebrate for like a day or maybe a week and then you drift back to your old patterns? Do you lose the momentum that you built? Do you let everything you learn fade away? Or do you sustain it, multiply it? Do you use this transformation as the launching pad for your next level transformation? This is week 8, and today we're talking about how to make this transformation permanent, how to keep the momentum going, and how to share what you learned, how to multiply your impact. Because finishing this goal is not the end of your story, it's the beginning of a new chapter. So let's bring this home. I have to be real with you for a second. When I launched this podcast, I did a little bit of research. I looked up the stats on podcasts to see if I could be successful. And you know what I found? Most podcasts don't make it past episode 3. Episode 3, y'all. People start with all this energy and all this vision. They record 1 episode, they feel amazing. Episode 2, they're still going strong. Then episode 3 hits and they just stop, just abandon the whole podcast. I imagine that life gets busy for them. Maybe the downloads are not what they hoped, but I heard that YouTube is a long game, so I'm in it for the long haul. Maybe no one's commenting on their posts, or it feels like they're just talking to an empty room. So what do? They quit. And when I read that, I'm not going to lie, it made me a little nervous because I knew that could be me. I have launched many things before. I've achieved goals. But I also know how easy it is to lose momentum after the initial excitement wears off. So here's what I did. Made a commitment to myself before I even started. I told myself, I'm not going to start this podcast and not sustain it. This is the same attitude I had when I went to get my PhD. I'm not going to start this if I can't finish it. So I built systems. I created a content calendar. I blocked out my recording time. And I committed to showing up whether people were listening or not. Now, I pray that people listen. I pray that you listen. Because here's what I realized. Finishing strong isn't just about achieving one goal. It's about becoming the kind of person that keeps going, that becomes unstoppable. And honestly, that's what I need from you too. I need you to keep going. Not just with this goal-setting journey, but with everything that comes after. Because the stats say that most people quit. Most people don't make it to episode 3. They don't finish what they start. You made it to episode 8. You're different. And I need you to stay different. I need you to be the kind of person that sustains the transformation, the kind of person who multiplies your impact, the kind of person who keeps showing up. Not just for you, but for everybody that's watching you. If you have kids, your kids are watching you. Everyone needs to see that finishing is possible and you will be the example. You'll be the witness. The mindset shift for today is transformation is not something you achieve once. It's something you sustain forever. We're not just focused on this goal. You're becoming the kind of person that just achieves goals, period. You are now a goal getter, somebody who sets goals, plans them, works them, and finishes them. That's who you are now. And to stay that person, you need 3 things. First, you need a sustainability plan. You cannot rely on motivation. If you didn't hear anything else I said over the last 3 episodes is motivation is fading. You need non-negotiables in order to stay consistent. So, what are the practices you absolutely will not give up over the course of these 8 episodes? Maybe it's your 5 to 9 time. Maybe it's your weekly celebration practice. It could be your if-then systems. Whatever worked for you during this journey, I need you to keep doing it if it's working. Remember to put it on your calendar. protect it, and make it a non-negotiable. Don't let yourself down. Second, I need to tell you the secret. Your transformation was not just for you. Somebody else needs to hear what you learned in this process. Somebody who's stuck exactly where you were 8 weeks ago, or somebody who set goals but never achieved them. They need to know that change is possible. They need to see what's on the other side of taking action towards your goals. Now, I'm not asking you to write a book or start a podcast. If you want to do that, that's cool. Give me a shout out on your podcast. Come and interview me or call me. I'll do an interview. You just have to be willing to share. So you don't have to write a book. You don't have to write a podcast. You just have to be willing to share. Maybe tell a friend, maybe post something on social media. Shouting yourself out is what I'm saying. Because then you can encourage somebody. They can hear your story and hear that you were able to overcome all your challenges and you had plans in place and you actually achieved your goals. I think a lot of times we put out that we're setting a goal in January, but we never do any follow-up. So I need you to follow up to show people that you achieved your goal or that you've achieved some milestones towards your goal and how you stay committed to yourself in this process. Then I need you to mentor someone who's just starting their goal journey. When you share what you learned in the process, the wisdom that you gain, you solidify your transformation because teaching reinforces learning. I know that as an educator. 2, you multiply your impact. Your story could be the one that changes somebody else's life. I really believe that once we unlock what is within us, we enlighten and unlock what is in the next person. That's the whole purpose of this podcast. I'm here to unlock what's in you and for you then to go and unlock what's in somebody else in your own unique way, in a way that I couldn't do. And then third, I want you to commit something important for the next 90 days. If you're working on a big goal, maybe this is a little mini goal. If you actually achieved your goal, commit to another 90 days for another goal. So I'm asking, what's your next goal? What's the next level? You have already proven that you can set a goal and achieve it. Now, do it again and again and again. That's how you go from somebody who accomplishes one thing to somebody who builds an entire life that they are proud of. Proverbs 4:18 says, "The path of the righteous is like the morning sun, shining ever brighter till the full light of day." Ever brighter. Not a one-time flash, continuous growth, ongoing transformation. That's your path. Now you keep walking in it. All right, let's lock in your sustainability plan and set up your next chapter. You got that pen and paper? Because you know I was going to ask you if you had a pen and paper. If you're driving, you know what to do. Save this episode, come back, and do this when you have time. All right, let's look at exercise 1. This is called Identify Your Non-Negotiables. What are the 3 practices from this journey that you have taken with me that you absolutely will not give up? And if you haven't taken this journey with me, it's okay. Go back and watch those other episodes. Set up yourself a plan to watch those episodes. They will be out there for you to watch on a nice little playlist called Vision to Victory. But if you have been journeying with me, what are the 3 practices from this journey that you will not give up? I need you to write them down. 1, 2, 3. Let me give you some examples. Maybe it was the backwards planning for every new goal you set. And if you don't know what we're talking about, again, go watch episode 1 for that one. Maybe it was that 5 to 9 time block to work on your dreams, AM or PM. If that was most effective for you, try that. Maybe it was the Sunday CEO planning sessions, or maybe it was the if-then systems to make sure that we had consistency and planned for those times when motivation fades. Maybe it's the weekly celebration practice. We just talked about that one in the last episode. Now, when will you do these things? You know what I'm going to say. Put them on the calendar. So for any of those that you wrote, your top 3 practices that you learned from this journey, write them down, then put them on the calendar. Practice 1, the 5 to 9 advantage. I'm going to do that for sure. When are you going to do it? Between 6 and 8 before I start work, or between 5 and 7 when I get off work. Practice 2, write that one down. Is it the if-then systems for consistency? If this happens, then I'll do this. Remember, we have to be prepared for the distractions and the obstacles that come our way. And then go ahead and write number 3. I'll give you a little time. Now, I need you to make these reoccurring. And you know what I'm going to say. Protect them, protect them, protect them. These are your anchors. We will keep our appointments with ourselves, and we will not explain ourselves to other people about how we're making ourselves a priority. Self-care day is every day. All right, exercise 2, your transformation story. Now, let's capture your transformation so that you can share it. So you're going to answer these questions. If you did this over the weeks, maybe you're going to say, 8 weeks ago, I was, and say where you were. Were you stuck? Were you frustrated? Did you not have a plan? If you didn't do it over 8 weeks, I just want you to think about when you began this journey. And the next statement is going to be, now I am. So 8 weeks ago, I was feeling defeated. I had started I started on my goal and I gave up by quitter's day. Now I'm back at my goal and I am well on my way. The next thing I want you to share with me is, what is your biggest win from this journey? And I need you to write that down, and I want you to put it in the comments as well, because that is going to make me feel awesome that I did not spend 8 episodes trying to show you all the ways to achieve your goals, and then you did nothing with it. So I need to know, what was your biggest win from this journey you took with me? The next one is my key lesson. What was the one thing that you took away? And it doesn't have to be anything specifically that I said, but maybe I said something that made you think of something, because that happens to me all the time. I can listen to somebody and hear what they say, and then I put that with my knowledge and my skills, and then it means something totally different. That's fine. What was your key lesson? And who needs to hear this story? Is it something you're going to post on your Facebook page where your family and friends are? Is it something you're going to post on TikTok to just inspire the world? Is it something that you're going to post in the comments for this video so that anybody thinking to do the series or to watch this video will feel inspired because of your story? Not because of something I'm saying here, but because of your story. How will you share it? And when will you share it? Give me a date. Because if you can give me a date, then I know that you're committed to doing it. All right? I need you to commit to it, because I'm telling you, I promise you this. Someone needs to hear what you've learned. Somebody who comes across this video months or even years after you have. What did you learn? Because maybe they are where you were when you first started this journey with me. And then they need to know that it's possible. So give us the details. All right, let's do exercise 3, and we're going to get out of here for this podcast episode for today. Exercise 3 is your next 90-day goal. So finally, what's your next goal? You've built momentum. You've proven that you can finish, but don't you let that die. What's your next 90-day goal? Write that down. And depending on when you're listening to this, what will be your finish date, which is 90 days from today? And then tell yourself why this goal matters. So when you know why you're doing something, it solidifies the chances of you actually accomplishing the goal. Why did I go get the PhD? Because I wanted to show my kids at the time that you can work hard and achieve. Why did I start my tutoring businesses? Because I wanted to help young people learn outside of the school. All right. Once you tell us why, your next thing to write is, my first action step is. Remember that whole backward planning thing we talked about? We look at the end, we work our way backwards, 90 days, 60 days, 30 days, this week. What's your first action step this week? When will you do that? Today? Tomorrow. Don't put it off too long. I want to hear Monday. And then I want you to use everything you've learned in this series. I want you to backward plan this 90-day goal. I want you to block out your 5 to 9 time. I want you to leverage your strengths. I want you to protect your focus. I want you to face your fears. I want you to build systems, endure, and celebrate on a weekly basis, remember? Because now you know how to do this. And last but not least, I have one more exercise. You probably feel like I need to send you a certificate. I will send you a certificate if you have done all 8 episodes and you can prove to me that you have. I want you to write a completion declaration. Complete this statement. I completed this goal achieving journey because, and I'm committed to continuing because, and write your statements. All right. Write it down and then say it aloud to yourself and own it. That's it. You have your sustainability plan. You have your story and you have your next goal and you have your declaration. You're not done though. You're just getting started. You did it. You did it. You set a goal 8 weeks ago and you showed up week after week. And even when it was hard and you didn't feel like it, you showed up. And that makes you different. That makes you an achiever. And listen, if you're feeling like you got stuck somewhere along the way and you're not quite at the point of victory in your goal setting, I would love for you to check out our From Stuck to Unstoppable series. Start from week 1, go at your own pace, and build a foundation from there. Or maybe you tried to go after your goals, but you were distracted by a crushing life experience, a loss, a setback, a divorce, a job loss, whatever that is. Something knocked you off course. If that's you, I want you to stay tuned for our Press to Purpose series. We're going to walk through how to turn your crushing season into the greatest comeback you ever made. And if you can't wait until that series is released, join us in our Fulcrum Mindset community. I have an entire course called From Press to Purpose. We'd love to see you there, surround you, share our love with you, and help you go from press to purpose. We'll be there when you're ready. So just keep going and come and see us and reach out to me if you need any additional support. Take care. Bye-bye.